Hi everyone, Joel here again, and what we're looking at today is a really simple little project in Photoshop. This is what I call textured word art. It's not really textured, but basically what I'm showing you how to do is how to create a mask. And we're going to create a mask by typing in some text, having a picture go inside that text, and thereby working with a mask. And I think this is a really good little project to do with students if you're going to be looking at masks, especially layer masks, further on down the line. So in Photoshop, what you can see here is a picture of some flowers that one of my younger students took in our school grounds. And I'm going to use this for this project. So the kind of photo that you'd be looking for is something that has some sort of texture to it. I mean, this is flowers, but you could have a picture of a brick wall, you could have a picture of a bush, you could have a picture of a sort of gravel path, a wooden surface, something like that. Something stone, something granite. In this case, I did flowers, and I don't think I'll write the word flowers. I think I'll just write the word nature, just because this particular photo does have flowers, but not a great deal of them. It doesn't cover the whole photo. So I think I'll use the word nature. Okay, so I've got my photo in Photoshop. That's ready, but I'm going to create a new file. Got to go File, New, and it doesn't really matter the size. I'm just going to use default Photoshop size, which is in my recent items. But if it's not in yours, just go up to Photo, and you'll see it as a first option here in your blank document presets. Just default Photoshop size is fine, and just press Create. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to fill the background with black. So I'm just going to go to Edit, Fill with black. And this is just my choice. You can fill it with whatever color that you want, but I'm going to choose black. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is type some text. So I'm going to get my text tool over here. I can see that I've got a certain font and a certain size and a certain color, red. I'm just going to click it somewhere in the middle, and I'm going to write nature. Now, first of all, it's the wrong size. Second of all, I want something a bit blockier than this. This is not really ideal for what I want. So I'm going to press the tick button up here, and because my types tool is selected, I can then go over to here and change the font, and I'm going to choose something blocky. It might not be a font that you have on your computer, but you just choose something that works well for you. I don't want anything too urban. I want something just fairly standard blocky, so just looking, something like that would be fine. I need to change the size, so I could just change the size here by clicking here and changing the number, or by moving this down like this and clicking and dragging, or you could press Control T for transform. Hang on, let's make sure I'm on the move tool, Control T, and then I can just hold down the Shift button and then just move it how I want to, just like that. Move it a bit more. There we go. Might stretch it a bit. There we go. I think that's how I want it. That looks good. Make sure it's in the middle. I want mine in the middle. You don't have to. There. Okay, good. And the last thing is I'm not really wild about the color. So I'm going to go back to my type tool again. I'll apply that transformation and click on the red fill here, and I'll change it to maybe a purple, something like that. Okay, so I've got my type tool, my type layer set up there with nature. I'm now going to add a layer mask by clicking on the little layer mask button here. That creates a layer mask. I'm going to go back to my flowers picture, and I'm going to select all, go to the select menu and choose all, or Control A, and I'm going to copy that by going to Edit Copy, or you could also go Control C, Command C if you're on a Mac. All right, so now I'm back at this file, and if I just pasted it now, I'll just go to Edit Paste, you'll see that what it does is it just pastes the image as a layer on top. That's not what I want. I actually want to paste it on this layer mask. So let's delete that by pressing the trash can here. And let's make sure that my layer mask is selected, and let's go to Edit Paste, and same thing. So how do we paste this on the layer? Because let me just put that in the bin and explain, because What you're seeing in front of you, the black background with a thing, this is in layer mode because we're seeing the layers. We're not actually seeing the layer mask. You don't normally see the layer mask. You use it, you paint on it, you adapt it, but you don't actually see it. But you can if you hold down the Alt button on your keyboard and you press and you click on the layer mask here. You'll see it suddenly goes white. And it goes white because now you're looking at the layer mask. Okay, great. So now I'm looking at the layer mask. I can press edit, paste, and now I've got my picture, which by the way is black and white. That's okay. In my view, let's go to my zoom tool and let's just zoom out a bit so I can see the whole thing. And obviously my photo is bigger than my Photoshop file. So I'm going to go Control T to get my transform options, and I'm just going to move that over here like that. And press the tick button to accept that. And let's press Control 0 to fill that frame. Maybe a little bit less, Control minus, there we go. All right, that should be fine. Control D unselects, there we go. All right, but we've got this problem because it's not masked yet. It's got this kind of look, and what we need to do is exit the layer mask. So we're inside the layer mask, now we're going to exit it, same thing, Alt click. And then there you can see, now you can see the layer mask through the letters, and that's what we wanted. That's basically it. There is an additional step. What you can do is you can click this little link that links the text to the picture. Let's unlink that. Let's go to my move tool. And when you do that, you can actually move the picture within the letters. So you can decide about how that looks. So maybe I'll do that. And obviously, you know, it's a very dark color, so you might want to go back and choose a different color. But anyway, that's the example that I've given. So that's a very simple way of introducing the idea of layer masks to students for the first time. So that's my little project. Very simple to do. Probably take you one lesson, if that. Thank you for listening.